guys, welcome back to What's on My Plate. So for tonight I'm making zucchini fritters. They could be an appetizer or a side dish. They're absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it. So let's get started. Okay, so I am making zucchini fritters. They're gonna be delicious. This is an appetizer or a side if you want. So here I shredded 3 small zucchinis. I have laid it here on my tray, put a paper towel underneath. I sprinkled some salt on this, just a little bit, and then mixed it up because the salt makes the water come out quicker. And so then you put another paper towel on top and then just set this aside for about 15 minutes or so, even longer. If you want to just shred it and come back to it in an hour, that's fine. It's not going to turn, especially because you put the salt on this. So this is all done for me now. So we're going to just get to the step of putting it all together. This is going to be such a great zucchini fritter. I love my vegetables and it's just going to be so good. All right, so I'm going to take all the zucchini here and I'm just going to add it into a large bowl. Okay, so I got all my zucchini in here. So it's 3 cups. And then what we're going to need is 2 cloves of minced garlic. So I already did that. I'm going to add that in here. Then you need chopped green onion. So you need about 2 pieces of the chopped green onion. You can cut it as small as you want. I just chopped it. Then you're going to need a sprinkle of salt, just a sprinkle. You're going to need a sprinkle of pepper. Then you're going to need about a tablespoon or 2 of lemon juice. If you really want it to be lemony, put 2 tablespoons. If not, just do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm going to squeeze this in here. And then I have a little pit here. I got to get the pit. Okay. So that's a tablespoon. And then we're going to need about 1/8 cup of crumbled feta. Just 1/8 cup. You could put a 1/3 cup of feta in here, but I'm just putting 1/8 cup of feta. Then you need 1 tablespoon of dill. So I have to get the dill. Okay, let me get my dill. It's frozen. Okay, so you need a tablespoon of dill. So fresh dill. The fresh ingredients is what makes your dishes taste like really good. So I suggest always use fresh ingredients. And then we're going to do 1 large egg. So get the egg in here. Okay. Then we're just going to kind of whisk the egg a little bit here. And then just blend this all together. Okay. And then we're going to put 1/3 of Italian breadcrumbs. So mix all this up. Okay, so now the mixture is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to start forming them into little balls or little flat patties. And we're going to put all-purpose flour all over them. And then we're going to start frying them. Okay, so we'll get to that step next. Okay, so what I start doing is I just grab a little bit in my hand and just work with it gently. And I just am actually making a little meatball. And then when I'm frying it, I'm going to push it down. So I'm going to start making all of these, and then I'm going to put, dip them all in flour. So I'm just going to do a few, but this is what I do. It's very delicate, so it's just work with it like slowly if you could. And you can make them as big as you want, as small as you want. And I'll tell you, after you fry them and you have leftovers, the next day you take those and you put them right in a 425-degree oven and heat them up, and it's just like you made them. So I would double the batch if you're doing it as an appetizer for a party. This is going to be my side dish. I would just eat this by itself. So yeah, so I'm just going to finish making these into little balls here, and then I will show you when I get to the step of doing the flour. Okay, so this batch yielded me around 12. I made them in different sizes, so it actually made 11, but you can make 12 with this whole batch. And if you want to make more, just double it up, and then you can have a whole bunch and have it as an appetizer. And again, you can just make them all and heat them up, and you can make them the night before. So now I'm going to take the flour and I'm going to just dust them with flour, and then we're going to start frying them. Okay, so here I'm going to add probably need about a 1/4 cup of flour, maybe a 1/2 cup. We're just going to dust them into, like, just roll them around into the flour and just be gentle with them. Okay, and then just shake off the excess flour. And then I'm just going to do it for every single one of these. So this is a really great appetizer, and it has so much flavor. You can eat this with like the Greek yogurt sauce, or just you don't have to eat it with anything. This just has so much flavor on its own. And you can leave them in the side like the way they are now, as in a ball, or you can just squish them down and make them into like a little patty or like a fritter, which is, you know, in weird shapes. So yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish these, and then I'm going to start heating up my oil. So I'm going to do half olive oil and half vegetable oil in a skillet, and I'm going to start heating that up, and we'll get to the next step. Okay, so in my skillet here, it's heated up. I'm going to go ahead and start adding in my little zucchini fritters. Okay, and they're going to need about 3 minutes aside. If they're too big, they might need a little longer, but it's approximately 3 minutes aside. We don't want them to burn. Okay, so I'm just going to let these cook for about the 3 minutes like I said, and then when it starts to cook, I'm going to just start pushing them down so they can be more flat. Okay, so let these get cooking, and we'll get to the next step. Okay, so as they're still cooking, it's only been a minute, I'm just going to start pushing them down just a little bit. Okay, so I'll just continue to cook, and then we'll flip them when the 3 minutes are up. It might be 3 minutes, it might be 4 minutes, just keep an eye on them, and I have it on medium heat. Okay, so the 3 minutes are done. So what I suggest is just lift it up and see if it's brown enough. If it's not, then just leave it a little longer, but we don't really want them to burn. So I'm just going to flip each one of these. Okay. Just be gentle with them. And then I'll just cook it on this side for 3 minutes also, and then we're just going to drain them on a paper towel, and they're ready to eat. So we'll get to that step after. Okay, so my fritters are done, and they're on a paper towel to absorb all the oil. I'm going to plate it, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so here they are. They smell delicious, and I'm so excited to eat these. I make these all the time. So thank you so much for watching what's on my plate. These are too hot to cut, so I would show you the inside. Actually, I can, but let me go ahead and do that. So you can see how delicious it looks inside too. So here, I'll just grab this one. Okay. So let's see. See, it all stayed intact. The zucchini is perfectly cooked. And it's absolutely delicious. Let me grab a piece here. Okay, thank you so much for watching what's on my plate. This is a great appetizer, a great side dish. These are my zucchini fritters. Thank you so much for watching what's on my plate. Enjoy.